Dude, I'm gonna start farting. I get gassy when I'm nervous. I'm kidding. Should I say the what it do? Should I do the Austin what it do? What it do, everybody? Hey guys, welcome in. Welcome to the Boosted Few podcast. Welcome in. Welcome to the Boosted Few podcast. Here on the Boosted Few podcast, we talk any and all things Nintendo. This week, Austin is not here. I can't believe he's gone, but not forgotten.
Rest
I know
in
he's
peace.
Traveling for work and other just Austin obligation stuff. Regardless, this week we're talking about Pokemon Scarlet and Violett, the Teal Mask DLC. I think are we doing spoilers, guys, friends?
We're gonna do spoilers. Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking spoilers today.
Yeah. It's okay. Cool. Yeah. Everybody's favorite Pokemon game. So I'm so excited. I haven't even touched this DLC. I've seen some funny clips and little bits and pieces from my friends playing it. So I'll be the one just asking the questions today, absorbing all the delicious and nutritious info from you guys. So I'm excited. The first question we have, though, is a pretty, basic general overall. What were your expectations going into the Teal Mask DLC of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? I want to go ahead and introduce everybody first before I ask that. My name is Gabe or Excellion96.
Hello, I'm Short to Fuse, aka Fuse, and welcome to the channel.
And we have four lovely, beautiful, all the cool words guests today. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. Let's start with Saya.
Hey, everyone. It is the Great Sayaran. I cover game reviews, products, stuff like that. YouTube.com/Sayaran. I'm on TikTok, everywhere. Am I answering the question too?
We'll do that here after this. And we have another reoccurring guest as well. Sonic, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, buddy.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Sonic Buckley01 on pretty much every social media platform ever.
Word. And then I don't think we've had Sweet Kicks or Basil on here before, right?
They
At
are
least
two
not that
brand
I've
new
been on.
guests. So we have two recurring guests and two brand new guests. So let's go and start with Basil. Go and introduce yourself.
All right. My name is Basil So Fresh. I'm mainly a shiny hunter, but I've been dabbling a lot with VGC recently, and I'll be at Toronto Regionals hopefully at the end of October.
Yo, let's go.
So,
All right, and go ahead, Laura, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is SweetKicks101. I play a lot of Pokemon on Twitch with a dash of variety. I do a lot of shiny hunting and cover Pokemon Masters EX pretty much characters and news. And I'm also a voice actress taught by J. Michael Tatum, Kira Buckland, Jun Yoon, and Rachel Messer. I'm happy to be here.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
So awesome.
Whoa.
Yay.
Oh, we're gonna be we're gonna be famous.
Oh my god.
All right.
You've already made me
Guys,
laugh, Chris. Stop.
Wait, guys,
God.
everybody listening and watching, Laura loves when I do this.
I do.
Yep.
I tortured her and Chase over at during NAIC with the slide whistle. So
Oh my
I gotta bring it
god.
back for him. But thanks guys for everybody coming in today. This is awesome. This is gonna be a very, very busy discussion since we have four lovely friends in here, plus of course me and Fuse to just bring back the Spide Ops versus Annihilate.
Oh, God.
I think
just argument of the lifetime. I don't even know what
Spide
else to
Ops
say at
is
this
clearly
point.
the loser. No.
Best. You're right.
That's not-
Congrats.
that's not how
finally
you
convinced
spell
me.
The best
loser.
loser, yes. Spide Ops is the best loser. Thank you, Gabe.
Stop it.
Oh, my God.
You know what? You're right, Gabe. The best
How did
loser
this
does
argument
fit that
start?
title.
Because I'm really. How did this start? Because in what world is Spide Ops any better than an island? What are we talking about?
Thank you.
It was,
Give me
so
context.
ever
'cause what?
since I first played Scarlet and Violet and I saw Spide Ops, I thought it was the stupidest but awesomest looking Pokemon I've ever seen, at least in that game. And I saw it jump out of a tree one time at night in Scarlet and Violet, and I was like, oh my god, he literally not T-pose, but he did a rah, and he didn't move a muscle. He just like that. Like I don't even know how to sorry, audio listeners, love you to death, but
Like,
It's like Sega jumping down a flight of stairs.
So and he has a cool shiny too. It's like pink and black and gray or something, and it's
something like that.
I think yeah.
It's like saturated Spider-Man colors, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Wildly
I hate
saturated.
him because of Pokemon Showdown. If he's ever on my team, all he can do is like spikes and toxic spikes, and I just
That's it.
let him die.
But then even as a wall, so to speak, like there's better walls that do like a 30,000 time better job than he does. So I was like, he doesn't have a purpose, and I hate when I see Pokemon that don't have a purpose. It makes me sad.
Winged Karibo doesn't have a purpose.
Very needs to be
Well, yeah, once
form.
it's destroyed, it saves your life points for the entire turn. Gabe, he's awesome.
Are we still talking about Spidops? Because
We haven't even started the discussion about
We haven't.
Teal Mask.
Hi everybody.
I mean, we're talking about Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, so like, we're
Mildly
on topic.
Still on topic.
He's never gonna let us do an episode again without him.
Is he gonna put you both in timeout?
I love you, Sublime.
Dude, so he says it the best way. He's lawful good at games like lawful neutral, and then I'm chaotic evil.
I was about to say, yeah, I'm waiting for the chaotic evil.
Yeah.
Because like I'll turn the conversation on at 10. And I feel bad every time I do it, but like sometimes
fun,
you just gotta
man. You
ask
gotta
him.
add our flavor
Yes,
to it,
I
man.
know.
Yeah.
Okay, so
a pinch of fusing,
spicy.
Gabe.
I'll try to go back on topic. Expectations when we first heard about information about the Pokemon Tears of the Mask DLC. Like I guess the only thing I could really think of right at the time for me was when we got to see the little trailer for it, where we saw like the Pokemon with the mask on and doing stuff. So I was like, okay, that's kind of curious. I hope this is an awesome story. And in my opinion, I think Ogre Pond did. I just feel like there wasn't as much elements to like the story itself, especially with the loyal three, basically the bad guys who were straight off as heroes and stuff. Because like I never really understood like why these three showed up out of nothing and then try to steal a bunch of masks, and they didn't really get a power up and stuff when they had their masks. I feel like besides maybe like their little bit of tightening when we had to fight them the second time around. Overall, like I like the story. I just feel like it was quite short for a DLC. I thought I got it done in about 2 or 3 hours tops. So
Oh wow. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I sped through the entire story and didn't even pay attention because I just wanted the blue kimono, and I only found out you get that after beating the Teal Mask story. Because with the way Scarlet and Violet has been, I will not lie, I didn't have very high expectations for the DLC, or at least part 1.
yeah.
But it was. I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid off. I'm just gonna tell it like it is. The Teal Mask DLC was no Isle of Armor.
And that was like some of the best DLC for Pokemon. Or I mean, I guess Pokemon doesn't have too much DLC ever. It's more just the events we grew up with.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Isle of Armor. I remember hearing so much about that. I never played it myself. I actually never beat Sword and Shield, but I've heard nothing but praise about. I know.
I just got stabbed like
couldn't,
3
man.
times.
I couldn't.
Like,
I can't.
What's wrong with you?
I couldn't. Man. I got a little bored. But I heard all the good stuff about Isle of Armor.
Yeah, because in the
This whole podcast is gonna be
Stop, dude. I'm leaving. I'm gonna leave one more word. I'm leaving.
because the thing with the Isle of Armor, it was this whole new area, and you had new Pokemon to discover, and it was like I felt like there was more story to it, because it was you meet Mustard, so you learn where Leon got Charmander that can like Gigantamax. You learn he was an old mentor. You learn about like the dojo and all these other characters. You do this whole entire like friendship arc with the Cubfu that evolves into Urshifu, and you can pick which style and do all these battles. But like Teal Mask, I was like, okay, this kid has no friends. Okay, she's from Unova and she doesn't know people. Okay, let's go talk to this thing that's a kid. I think that was a Pokemon. It's just like, I just didn't care. So Waddle's in it. That was great.
Yo.
that
so much on a bug Pokemon.
Oh my Jesus, dude.
Laura, what'd you think about, like what were your expectations going into this, into the DLC, and when it was first announced, and then also your first kind of, steps in the DLC when you played it?
I've honestly lowered my expectations with every Pokemon announcement, because I'm someone that is very plot driven when it comes to Pokemon games. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to set my expectations way too high with this. but
Sure.
maybe I'm one of the few that actually enjoyed the story out of it. The pacing I actually liked because you got to see a little bit of Kieran's internal struggle. He's always in his sister's shadow and was like, okay, I want to get stronger, and I love Ogerpon. I was always on Ogerpon's side, and then when we kind of just came into the picture and it's ours now, you can see this like crack, like that was the final straw that broke the camel's back. And I think this is like the setup. I think whenever Indigo Disc comes out, we're gonna probably see an explosion come out of the Teal Mask DLC leading into that, because I think Kieran is gonna be freaking villain era in the Indigo Disc.
Oh, Indigo Disc is in Gen 5. He's going to be Getsus Jr. I'm calling it right now.
Dude, if he gets the freaking trench coat and the fucking rod again.
in the staff? In the staff and the cane? Yeah.
That, I'm like, God damn it, no.
It's going to bang it down. Diplin! Come to me!
But I will say, the fact, like, within, of course, the first 5 minutes, we learned the Blueberry Academy is in Unova. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but Gen 5? Hello?
Gen 5 is...
Where's my
Megas,
baby?
right?
Bro.
Yeah, it was Megas. Yeah, you're right, Say you got it.
Basil, what about you? What were you more on the positive side, negative side for expectations going in when you heard about it? Also, your first steps into it, your whole adventure through the part 1 so far. What about you?
I was pretty neutral about it. Like, I enjoyed the story, but then at the same time, there wasn't really a lot of content to really like dive into when it comes to the DLC. Like, again, you guys brought up the comparison with the Isle of Armor. I almost feel like there was just a lot of content for it being what it is, but at the same time, again, it is a part 1, so I will say the way they kind of set up the story was really nice, just because it's not just its own thing. I think Isle of Armor was just kind of a standalone story, and that was the end of it. And then the same thing with the Crown Tundra. But then now we're getting kind of like a part 1 and a part 2. So in a way, they kind of want you to, hey, this isn't the end. There's going to be more that's going to be coming here in a bit.
Right.
And I just honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. But at the end of the day, I still wanted to keep my expectations low. The game is still running at like 0.5 miles per hour. So.
It's a shame, like, because you can tell that there's just like this beautiful work of art underneath it, but when you are constantly reminded with poor performance and just kind of lackluster, at least for me, like the characters in like the main story, I already forget their names honestly, but the guy with the the doggy and you saved the doggy, that was charming and cute and everything. Nimona, she was just kind of hit or miss. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was kind of cute that battling was like a drug to her, but it was just I don't know. Just it sucks when it's just bogged down so much from reoccurring things like that. If it was a once or twice kind of thing, like in Breath of the Wild, how you go into the Korok Forest and you see a frame dip, and that's about it until maybe you go to Zora's Domain or something. But if it's constant, and then the bugs and everything else, it's like, damn, just please, can this work? But so it was $35 for this DLC. Is that for both parts, part 1 and 2, or are you paying again for part 2?
Yeah,
it's part 1.
Okay.
Yeah, 35 is like the bundle.
Okay, cool. That's good. Well, I honestly thought that they were gonna make you pay again for part 2, and I was like, there's no way, dude. There's no way.
Yeah, no, I ain't doing that.
Right.
There'd be riots.
But so the story itself, I've definitely heard, half this, half that for it.
What about my
I
opinion?
thought you were. I'm sorry. Oh my God, say I thought you. Honestly,
You turned it on my conversation, so I thought that was also hard.
That's what I thought. Okay, listen, Austin's gone over my opinion multiple times too, so I know exactly how you feel right now.
Same.
My bad. Please, go
we're
ahead.
the co-hosts, dude. So like,
Yeah.
Damn.
dude,
You know what? It's time to dig on.
I can even prove it because Laura was there when we did the first episode of Just in Case. Like, I was like 4th or 3rd down from picking a case, and he skips me, so I pick last. So I was like, wait, where's my turn?
Thanks.
And he's like, you didn't pick one? No, I didn't. I showed him. I won. Showed him off.
But anyway, Saya, what do you think about it? What are your total thoughts?
So my thoughts on it, and I did a video on it just because I was just so
Which I watched.
Yes.
Thank you. Underwhelmed. Kind of the premise was, did it fix the issue that was with Scarlett and Violett? Because the issue with the DLC isn't necessarily, to me, the DLC itself. I don't expect much, but from DLC. Right. But the issue with it still stemmed from the deeper issues of the overall game, which is the performance issues, the bugs, everything that this game. It's not even that the game stinks, because it's like, oh, it stinks, whatever, move on. It's like you can see the good game behind it, and even with the DLC, like there are cutscenes. Why didn't we get? I know we're never gonna get voice acting, but why didn't we get voice acting? Like,
with a couple characters, you know, at least.
Yeah.
Something like if Sweet Kicks plays Masters EX. I played Masters EX like last night just because I just thinking about it. There's voice acting there. Even if it's just like a line or two, it's voice acting. Like it's something like that. It's just like there's so many things that they could have implemented in this DLC to make up for such a bad base game that they didn't. And even with the performance, I think some developer was talking about how bad the bugs and performance issues was in the game, that it's not something they can really patch out because they shipped the game in general just in a terrible state. They can't really go back and fix it. They have to like break the whole
fundamentally
game down
kind of flawed.
So I didn't expect that much. Yeah, I didn't expect that much, but I expected like, I don't know, why is the frame rate still like, why am I throwing a Pokeball and it doesn't hit the Pokemon? It's just like in the air. Like, come on. It's like just small stuff like that. Like, this is a Nintendo game. I expect quality from Nintendo. So I was underwhelmed. The story is, and I'm always more in love with the Pokemon. I thought it was more of a Suicune, Entei, Raikou type thing, and then we get the kind of plot twist. I'm like, oh, okay, they're actually the bad three, not the good three. So it was underwhelming. I was very underwhelmed.
Gotcha. Yeah. And, you know, maybe with part 2, hopefully that's, you know, Laura, like what you were saying, you know, it's part 1 was kind of the setup, and part 2 is when it really just takes off, and then they give us a lot, you know, it helps drive all that plot and the characters, and, you know, hey, Seiya, what if they give us voice acting in it? I doubt they would, but that would be cool, you know, to, like, surprise us. And yeah, game. Maybe next time. I mean, with Nimona, I swear, bro, I could just like, I can hear her voice in my head, just with like, you know, what she looks like, how like she just presents herself and how she talks. I can just hear her voice in my head, and I'm like, oh my God, bro, she would be so cool. I would like her a lot more if she had a voice and like I could just hear her, like, man, like what's that one scene where like at the end of the game when you beat her and she's like, man, I love Pokemon battling or whatever. I always thought that.
Yeah, you can feel the energy.
Exactly.
You just can't hear it.
Can't hear it at all. Let's you know, let's take it into kind of just, you know, that they obviously added Pokemon in part 1, you know, of this DLC. You know, I know Furret, of course. Quinn has, you know, loves Furret. She's mentioned Furret. I know my buddy B got a shiny Furret before she did. So I know Furret's been added into the game. I know Sonic, I was watching your stream. Is it Illumise? I always forget.
Yeah, Illumise and Volbeat.
And Volbeat, that's right. They were added. You guys obviously would know a lot more Pokemon that came into it, so who wants to start for this one? Fuse, do you want to start, or should we?
You know what? Let's start. We'll change turns starting. Let's go. Okay. Sonic, you start us off with this one.
Sure.
All right. So I knew one of the very first Pokemon I wanted to shiny hunt in the DLC, because I looked at leaks in terms of like the list of returning Pokemon. Bro, the second I saw Sawaddle and that evolutionary line, I wanted to go for Sawaddle. Just because you have like Sawaddle, Ducklet, I mean, I was going to list Mindfu, but technically we had it in Sword and Shield. Like, you look at Pokemon that we haven't seen in like years. Right. Because they haven't been in like well, I guess Ducklet was somewhere in like an early route in X and Y. So like Gen 6 for Ducklet. But you look at like the Sawaddle line, yeah, you can find Swadloon in this Friend Safari if you're like if you're friends with somebody who has like that specific one. But other than that, there's no way to obtain it like during the story. Like, it's all like there's no like post game stuff. Swanna you could find in Ultra Wormholes, but it's like that's just like a whole different thing. Like, it's been a long time since you've been able to just like enter a brand new area and then boom, it's like literally right there. Can I talk about the outbreaks?
Yeah, I'm sure that's fine. Yeah.
Because one of the biggest things that I noticed was somebody actually took a screenshot of it. Not to bring up the topic again. Sure. There was an Annihilate outbreak, and that was something we've never seen before. So they updated the roles, or like just the stuff that spawns with like different forms. Like, if you go to the mainland of Paldea and you check every day, you no longer have the Flittle, Magneton,
Psyduck.
Bronzong, Psyduck, like the generic outbreaks you always see. I had like, I think today I had Litleo.
Oh, that's cool.
Pomo.
Yeah.
There were just like way more outbreaks that I've never seen before. And then even today, I had a Gallade outbreak.
What?
Like that is just like that's just something we've never seen yet.
Yeah.
So being able to see different outbreaks and like all these different forms, even though the Zorua, Zoroark, and Ditto outbreaks are probably still bugged because why would they fix that? It's like I don't know. Like it definitely just added more. I guess I don't want to say life to the game because like yeah, the game has its flaws, but it was just like it was seeing that level of like an update to it was definitely like getting me excited to like run around and like go to this outbreak and like find stuff.
Right.
So
I feel like before because I dipped my feet into shiny hunting about a year ago or a little less than a year ago, and it was I had to just honestly sometimes it'd be like an hour until I found an outbreak that I liked. It was always Psyduck, Rufflet, and then the other ones I can't remember. You mentioned some of them too, and I was like,
literally,
please, dude, I don't want to ever see Rufflet ever again. That's the weird bird, right? With like the white hair and everything. Yes, just
I hate
and
Rufflet, like
all the
and it's cool looking, but I just saw it so much, and I'm like, I don't want to see you ever again now. I'm sorry. But I'm not.
like the 90% water outbreaks because you're always near a body of water and it'll generate an outbreak like if you're in that area. So like every day you'll see like Gyarados, Vaporeon, Dragalge, like Magikarp, and it's just like Quillfish, and it's just like Veluza, Dondozo. It's like, dude, I'm done.
I don't want fish.
I'm getting out of Lag Lake.
Black Lake, Jesus Christ.
Sam, we'll go to you since we almost skipped you last time. We'll throw you back. What about you? Which Pokemon were you excited to see in the DLC? Return and for outbreaks and things like that.
Honestly, I wasn't like super like following what was returning, but I did like as soon as I got into the DLC, I saw a Spinarak, and I have a Pokemon card of Ariados.
Oh, let's go.
Because my kid loves Pokemon. He loves Pokemon cards. And so this is one he just like found the pack and gave to me. And so it's like is that hollow? I don't know.
Reverse hollow?
I think it's reverse hollow.
Reverse, yeah. And it's my favorite color because I love green. So to me, just being able to see like Johto Pokemon, like older Pokemon, like Noctowl, I love Noctowl because of anime, things like that. Like seeing the older ones was refreshing because it was like, that's cool. We haven't seen those in a while. But also, I did Gen 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 5, 6, and 7, and then did 8, 9. Because I was just in college and I thought I was too good for Pokemon. And then I played Sword and Shield and I was like,
all right, maybe I do still like it.
I missed this.
So I still played like Showdown, so I know the Pokemon. I just have never had them in a team and like had that emotional connection or whatever. But I think for me, like I say, it was those older like Johto Pokemon, those Pokemon like that kind of like just felt good to see them again and things like that because that's very nostalgic for me. I'm not old.
Please, I'm not old. Don't tell me.
I'm not old.
I think that's cool. I think it's cool to I think like Noctowl, hearing Noctowl in a new game because all I can hear when I see Noctowl is the old like this 8-bit version of him, I think, or the Game Boy Color. I don't know if is that 8-bit. I don't even. Yeah, that's something 16-bit.
Roughly.
Whatever.
It's like
32-bit.
It's like 4-bit.
It's like 1 pixel is what it is.
It's like
All right,
4-bit
let's
in
just
the
do it,
Game Boy
gentlemen.
Color,
28
goddamn.
bits.
Anyway, all right, Laura, we'll go to you. What about you? Were you excited to see any, or maybe you weren't? Maybe you were. I'm assuming you were, because there's a lot. They've introduced a lot, right? What about you?
I got debated by Sawaddle, but
Oh no!
I saw the yellow and I went, wait, and there's
Pikachu. Sorry.
You can't throw me in the same room as
They added
me
Pikachu.
because I'll go into a laugh fit and I won't quit.
I would hear her laugh constantly at NAIC because I was like, all right, I need to make sure I'm kind of near her at all times just so I can like hear her when I sound just fucking.
Oh my god!
I'm like, where's Laura? Where is
Well,
she?
and then Chase is like, where's Gabe? Where's Gabe?
Where's? I'm mad that I wish I could have been at like the hotels and everything
I
with you guys,
know.
but I mean, we live in a suburb of so we
No,
weren't gonna use
I
the money,
know.
but yeah.
Getting us back on topic.
Sorry,
no, you're
yeah.
fine. I was my fuzzbuzz wanted me to record my reaction to the Teal masks, and so I had just, of course, heard the Unova bit from Briar, and I'm running around, and I see little yellow, and I'm like, "Shut up! Is that my baby?" And Waddle turns around, and I'm like, Damn it. Okay, I love Sawaddle though. It's fine, but
Oh, yeah.
I love Sawaddle. I was excited to see it. Grubbin, because Chase loves Chargeback. I was like, oh, Chase is gonna have a heart attack. Yippee! Yay! But I was excited for that. Mienfu, I know we just had recently. I love it. Shiny. I've never gotten to properly hunt for it before, so I was excited for that. And kind of like with Sai, Johto was my first Pokemon game like ever. So seeing all of those old ones coming back to, just the nostalgia kind of was hitting. And then for my memeing purposes, seeing Ekans and coughing, because I had a mush mouth moment where I couldn't say Arbok and Urberk came out, and which led to Urberk and Wee Wee.
Did you guys know that Ekans is snake backward?
So
I'm sorry.
My gird, is that an Urberk?
Wee Wee.
Oh,
yeah, there was a lot that I was excited for.
Not the neutralizing gas wee wee.
Oh no.
Awesome, we love you, we miss you. You helped
I'm
us
sorry,
step I guess what we're doing
I'm
now.
normally well-behaved.
I'm not.
I'm a little bit.
What's a behave? What's that taste like?
Basil.
Do I have to Masuda for that?
I was gonna say, I love seeing all the Gen 2 stands here.
Gen 2, yes. Yes.
So, any Gen 2 Pokemon you saw, Politoed, Quagsire, I was just all about it. But as a comp player, seeing Alolan Ninetales come back into the mix, and now that we got Terra as well, yeah, that thing is gonna be saucy.
Especially with what is it? It's like, it's not hail anymore. It's like
Yeah, it's
snow,
snow.
or
Yeah.
something.
Snowstorm.
Snowscape.
Something.
It's the
Yeah.
move.
Yeah, so seeing that, Ninetales is just going to be absolutely amazing now in snow teams, and oh god, I just can't wait. I haven't even gotten the chance to even playtest for Toronto, but
Oh, yeah.
definitely gonna do that.
do
But
it.
other than that,
Buddy, you got
yeah, you gotta prep.
I'm gonna be
But-
honest.
What's up?
I really wanted to see what Arceus did with Frostbite. I really like that concept.
That was really interesting. It's kind of like a special attack version of burning, where instead of like having your attack whenever you're burned, I think Frostbite did the same thing but with special attack, right?
Oh, interesting.
I think so.
And it still did damage. It was really cool. I like those. Arceus was just such a better game.
It was like,
Yeah, it was.
I think if they build
Paid full
upon,
price for
I
it.
think if they build upon it, if it felt a little vanilla, but if they just build upon it for like, what are people saying, like Legends Unova or something? Is that what people?
That's what everyone.
Yeah.
wants.
Yeah,
I
every-
secretly
yeah.
wanted to.
Yeah, Legends QRM stuff like
Yeah,
that.
if they really build upon it and they put effort into it, then I think it would be, it'd be odd. But anyway, effort. Am I right?
Don't split your team apart in 5 different projects. Keep everybody on one.
What, please? Fuse, what about you? I don't think you got to say what you
Not
were
yet.
looking forward
No.
to, right? Not yet. But tell us.
I came in with a little bit lower expectations since I was leaked on what exactly was going to be coming. Thank you, Twitter. But I was too curious. I had to look it up. So I have my positives and negatives about the Pokedex that they gave us for the DLC for one. On the one hand, a lot of my favorite Pokemon like Yanma, Spinarak, loves shiny Spinarak so much. And the fact that they made it so that like Pokemon like King Gambit, Annihilate, and them can get outbreaks, I think that was really cool to be added. And the variety of outbreaks that came. I feel like for technically $17.50 since we got the first part of the DLC, that we only got like what 75 Pokemon returning, and the other decks was like over 100 of stuff we already had in the previous decks, or from maybe I'm wrong.
No, it's something math kind of checks out.
Something along those lines. I just feel like because with the traditional DLC like Isle of Armor stuff, we got 200 new Pokemon added to the game.
Jeez.
But for this one, we only got about 75 for the first part of the DLC. I don't know what to expect out of the second DLC beyond the fact that we know that starters from all the previous games are going to be out in the wild, so we can get like outbreaks and shiny hunt for those days without Mizuta hunting for it, which is like the primary way we could only go about it, or safaris, I guess, as well. So
Or Grand Underground and BDSP.
yeah, or Grand Underground and BDSP. Yeah.
Hey, let's we don't talk about VSP here. That game is
I don't remember there being a extra thing beyond that. Nope.
First rule about BDSP.
Don't talk about
Don't talk about
BDSP.
There was stuff that came out of
I've
it, to
sucked.
be
I didn't
fair,
finish
but at
it.
the
That's my
same
favorite
time, there was a lot that they kept that they should have fixed. And that's all I'm going to say about PDSP.
Yeah.
I wish they didn't change the underground, or at least they kept it the same as it was. Well, I guess that's kind of what I just said. But
I wish it was good.
the underground, just like, bro, where are the traps? Where's like the fun capture the flag
I
base
just
thing?
wish it was
Like,
good.
Oh my god.
What do you mean? You got to shiny hunt for Shaman and Darkrai for a limited time. You can shiny hunt for Arceus as long as you complete
not
the
a
entire
shiny
book.
hunter.
Well, that sounds like more like an issue than an issue me, my guy.
I've never heard that one before.
Not the
I've never heard that one. Wait a minute.
Issue.
Wi-Fi Plaza. Do you guys remember the Wi-Fi Plaza? Do you remember that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Jesus
was so
Christ.
fun. Sorry. Anyway, Scarlett and Violett DLC.
I mean, we're talking about bad Pokemon games.
yeah,
It checks
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
I also hate the
you can't
fact
talk
that for
about
the
one
stuff
Pokemon
like
game.
the Loyal 3 and like Orgrimmon, they like shiny locked them. I was like, I hated that. Cause like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
what's up with that? Why did they do that?
Legendaries.
What's the point? Why would they
They
shiny
want
lock?
you
Like
to
what?
progress through the story. They don't want you to waste time trying to get a shiny. It's the same ish that they gave
But
in Sword
that
and
sh-
Shield.
that should be up to the
I know.
player to decide if they want to
I
shiny hunt
know.
for it or not. Like, because like you have them. A lot of people will have the argument like, no, they shiny locked them for event. Okay, where's my shiny Keldeo? Where's my shiny Meloetta from Genesect? Well, Genesect was in Pokemon Go. That don't count. Where's my shiny Calyrex Glacier Spectrier? Okay. Where's my shiny Enamorus? Okay. Like, there's just like, they had like a Zygarde event and like the X and Y Legends at some point, which we eventually could shiny hunt for in like Gen 7, but it just like overall it's like the company themselves doesn't benefit from locking the shinies because it should be up to the players themselves if they want to shiny hunt them. It shouldn't be about like, we want people to progress in the story. Not everybody is going to shiny hunt for them.
yeah.
Because not everybody like cares enough
Their
to do
marketing
so.
standpoint is just skewed.
I am everyone.
unfortunately. They see we just want people to be able to complete the game. They don't see it as how we see it, where we're gonna complete the game, but let us do it how we want to do it. If we want to like do the story, sidetrack off and go do some other stuff, and then come back to the story, let us do it. They don't understand that.
No, and that is perfectly worded. They don't get that part.
No. I think a lot of them get easily confused because I remember a while ago I saw this thing on Twitter like two Nintendo employees were doing like a promotional thing with the Pokemon game. So they're like, "All right, chat, get everyone right there. We're gonna do this as a Nuzlocke." And apparently after that did very, very well. Like apparently the higher ups came by and threatened to fire them for playing it as a Nuzlocke because I guess they thought like it was some program that they put inside the game and manipulated it. It's not not a set of rules. That's it. It's self-imposed player rules without hacking the game. I was like, dude, it did very well. Why are you bashing on people and threatening to fire them for playing a certain game in a certain way?
That's like
Out of touch.
That's like trying to like crack down on people's speed running, last week Mario 64, speed running and stuff like that. It doesn't make any sense to me.
It's very lost, very confusing.
There were new species and new evolutions, right?
Yes,
I know.
there
Like
were.
what was it? The little Sinistea is now Sinis.
It's a conversion variant
Poltergeist?
of the Pokemon.
Yeah,
They reversed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Were there other Pokemon? I think there were other Pokemon that also got different. What was it like? Just,
Yes.
different, like,
So we
species
got another evolution for Applin called Diplin. That was he evolved from getting them a candy apple. It's also rumored that in the DLC Part 2 that Diplin will get a evolution form because apparently Eviolite can work on it right now. So that's interesting.
Interesting.
Beyond that, we had what were some other new Pokemon that we actually had? Because I want to say the evolution for Duraludon, but that's the next part of the
that's in
DLC,
the
so it's not
middle.
technically out yet.
That's part
Yeah.
2. Do we talk about special forms?
Yeah, we do
forms?
special forms.
Yeah, for a certain Pokemon.
Yeah.
Ooh.
True. So Ogerpon is very unique, where it has basically 4 masks. There's one mask that turns it back to its original self, which is a grass type, because it's grass type by default. There is a fire mask that becomes fire grass and gets like another variation, very like almost aggressive type thing. And also the cool thing about the mask is that each one that it puts on, it changes its ability. And then if you Dynamax it, its ability changes again as a benefit, which I think is really
This is
cool.
Majora's Mask.
Dynamax.
This is Majora's Mask. Is there a moon in the sky that's going to come crash down? Is that also part of the DLC?
No. They can become fire, rock, or water, depending on which mask Ogerpon wears. So it could become grass, water, grass, rock, grass, fire, which I think is really cool. And each mask gives like a benefit when it goes in Dynamaxes. Like the fire mask increases its attack stat, and then the water one increases its special defense. And then if you do the rock, I believe it does speed, or if I'm wrong about that, I don't remember which one does. I thought one of them did speed. I can't remember.
This is pretty reminiscent of Arceus or Arceus, however you want to pronounce it, with the plates. I know that was a little bit more, it was a bit simpler for sure. You give it a psychic plate, it's psychic. But it sounds like they kind of, took that idea and they built upon it. They evolved it. Am I right, Pokemon people? We evolved. It's been evolved.
Whoa! He said evolution, evolving in the video
evolution,
game.
whoa.
Yes.
No more puns.
Why, dude? All right.
I thought this was
Time-specific
the
max
boosted for you
friendship with
Puncast.
the stone.
Like, it's our job.
All right, dude, Fuse, you're out of here. You're off the podcast.
Fine. God damn it.
Also, to everybody in the comments section malding that Fuse said Dynamax instead of Terrastalization, make sure to hit the like button on the video too.
Wait, no, I said Mega Evolve.
No, he said. What was the Digimon evolving? Wasn't there like a Digimon evolving?
Digivolution.
Yeah, he said Digivolve.
It's gonna Digivolve. Don't worry about it.
He held out a device and yelled, "We are VR,"
Yeah.
and then transformed.
It's okay. Once Ogerpon has the mask, we can Z-move it.
Bro, don't get me started on the best in-game mechanic
Okay,
of
that's
all
not the
Pokemon.
best game mechanic. It can't be.
Dude, it most certainly
No.
is. What do you mean?
No. All right, so on all, the best game mechanic was no mechanic, in my opinion.
Actually, double battles were the best in-game mechanic.
Well, what about triple battles then?
No.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Quintuple.
Why don't I just throw out my entire team to beat up one guy?
Bro, the rotation battles, though, were mad lit, though. What do you mean?
Dude.
Whoa.
What'd you say, Fuse?
I was like, God damn it.
Never mind. Anybody else in here? Are you guys expecting there to be any other, different kinds of species introduced, or evolutions, things like that? Any ones you're hoping for?
I only know one from rumor so far, is that apparently in the next part of the DLC, we're gonna get to see the source of what caused the Loyal 3 to gain their poisonous powers and curses. It's rumored that's actually supposed to be in the shape of a fruit. So, because in the original promotion poster in the right-hand corner, you see this thing that kind of looks like a peach, but it has this almost silhouette as an eye. So we're thinking that was what they basically may have made a deal with or ate to get their powers in the first place. Because there's also rumors going on Twitter of what they looked like before they got their power. Like the monkey guy was actually really dumb, and that's why he got wisdom in exchange for being loyal to whatever this boss is. The bear was apparently very weak, and then became crazily strong once he got the power as well. And the bird apparently had this condition in its feathers where it couldn't fly. So now it gained flight once it made a deal with it. So I think we'll see more of that in the second part of the DLC. But those are all rumors, so it's not face value. So not until we actually see stuff.
I want to talk about another rumor I saw, but it might be kind of pushing it because this could be true.
Okay.
Do it.
But do it. All right, I'm kicking the door. I'm kicking the door. I'm kicking the door down. I'm opening the file cabinet. It is rumored that this peach thing is gonna do a Nylago thing to Lusamine with the kid.
Oh,
that's what with Kieran. That's the rumor.
I remember.
There's a rumor that it's going to be like a Nylago Lusamine fusion thing where it's this just amalgamation possessing her. It's rumored that it'll do the same thing to him because when I did pay attention to the story, there was like when he's at the shrine and he's like getting like angry and frustrated, then the shrine explodes and then you see Okie Dokie, Artichoke, and Pineapple Pokey, whatever the hell they're called.
Hakuna Matata,
And
yeah.
then, like, they appear, so there's a chance that like the Peach thing by Jack Black or whatever is gonna like possess the kid in like the similar way that Nylago did like Lusamine and like Ultra.
There's a frame going on actually about that photo when like he strikes the shrine that like dark energy is actually around his arm for like a split second. One of the frames, I was like, ooh.
That's the game glitching.
Hey,
out.
I'm just saying, man. It could be, bro. It could be.
Game glitch.
The 1 in 10,000 chance it could be real, man.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes, I've seen it before where, they've canonized, bugs. I mean, this is completely different from Pokemon, but when Halo... Sorry, go ahead, Pete.
There's a bug going on where apparently certain shiny Luxrays will look like Carmen. And it's right on like her face is like on the side of her face, and like her legs are inside his quads. He's running around. It's so funny.
There was another one I saw.
Paid $90 for that.
Yeah, dude.
I thought this one was cool. It kind of looked like Luxray was made out of wood or bamboo. I thought that one actually was cool. But I've seen the Carmine one, I've seen the Kyoto one, and I'm like, this game, holy crap, what is wrong?
Yeah, Jesus.
Oh, it's
Anyone else think Carmen was a bitch?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I thought that was going to be Karma is a bitch, like pun. I thought that was going to be another pun that say it was going to.
That's one of my favorite lines though in the whole story.
Yeah.
Which is
dude,
along the lines of, if you keep talking back to me, I'm gonna shove a coughing down your throat. I'm like, whoa!
Whoa! Okay,
bro.
She said coughing. That's not where I thought that and go.
I'm gonna shove a cocking down your throat if no one understood what he was trying to say there. Just want to be sure everyone knows on the same page.
Bro.
Okay.
The Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of this bitch. Goddamn, she was so mean to her brother.
She was horrible. Was she the one with the dark hair and like the green highlights or something like that? I think I remember seeing.
She has like red highlights, hair and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Yeah, she was mean to her brother. Then her brother was just like, "I hate you," and then just like ran away.
Yeah.
She was like, duh. And she was like, what happened?
What's going on?
What's up his ass? All I did was tell him to go fuck himself.
Hazel, have you encountered like any bugs, besides obviously the frame rate issues? I know those are pretty prevalent and throughout the entire experience, but any silly bugs that happen on your end? And we talked about Luxray, face and cardboard and all those other ones we've seen on Twitter, but any in your experience?
No, just the typical things. Sure. Really, just.
That's
all there is to it, really. I can't say much on it.
The typical things, which are like all the things.
My God.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, I don't know. I don't know if anyone was here when I explained my earlier glitch that I was experiencing yesterday, where like I was shiny hunted for Gligar, and I was jumping off the side of the rock. And I was landing, but all of a sudden when I landed, Koraidon vanished, and my character was like in a motion, and it looked like I was like humping the air.
I was like humping the ground. Or whatever.
I was like, Jesus Christ, dude! And I let it go for like a minute. I'm like, okay, this needs to fix itself. So I had to close the game, I had to rewatch it, and it was fixed. I was like, oh God, I was recording, or else I'd post it on Twitter. So, $90 game, yeah.
Listen.
I have a
Oh, what's up?
I have a Just speculating on part 2. I think we were kind of doing that for a second. I think that what they could do is because I think that terrestrialization kind of leaves special forms out, and I really like special forms. And I don't know if it's a rumor or not, but I heard people talking about maybe like certain Pokemon terrestrialize and get a new form at the same time.
I've heard that rumor too. Yeah,
really cool in part 2. And I don't know if that's people just hoping, or what, but I think that because Dynamaxing to me, because that was like I said, that was my first time since Gen 4, and Gen 4 really didn't have a mechanic like that. So that's my first time coming back and seeing like I saw Mega Evolution. I just never played a game with besides Masters EX. I never played a game with Mega Evolution in it. So to come back to Gen 8 and see Dynamaxing, I'm like, this is cool. And then like, I love my Choke or my Champ. So it's really cool. He got his really like that form, and then like the creepy Pikachu, like those forms are just so cool and Mimi. So I was really hoping that with terrestrialization, some Pokemon do get not Charizard. He has
Don't give
we need more
Charizard anything else.
Charizard.
Yeah,
No,
we need more Charizard love. He don't.
We gotta make sure that
know.
people know that Charizard is loved by Nintendo. We have to make sure that this is easily identifiable.
You know what? We also need
And-
more.
and
We need
just
You know who else is
Nintendo.
loved by Nintendo?
Huh?
Gengar.
Oh, Gengar.
He got the shoes in the collab. It was Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle, and then like Gengar got like shoes with his collab with Adidas. So I'm like, what?
Gengar, you know,
got a
just-
pair of shoes.
He screams Adidas.
The starter.
Yeah, it's all Gengar does. We're chill. My
I know-
God.
Gengar flying around giving people fake Jordans.
I know we kind of.
What a menace to society.
I know we kind of
That's his
touched on
prank.
this earlier, obviously a bit, you know, because I mean it's so hard not to talk about Scarlett and Violet's issues, but obviously the game itself has its ups and downs, you know, whether it's base game or DLC so far. Mostly, of course, performance. You know, it's a little bit more subjective when it comes to the story. You know, obviously there is some, you know, objectiveness to it if they fully flesh out characters and if it's an intriguing story that, you know, just captivates you and just sucks you in. Like, oh my God, dude, that was just like a Breaking Bad performance. Oh, it's beautiful. It's great. No, whatever. Sorry. Obviously, it has its ups and downs. Do you think the DLC has gone to enhance or address those issues? I guess let's talk more. I know the performance. I never thought the performance would be better. I don't know why people were thinking the performance would actually become better in the DLC because the game is fundamentally broken. It doesn't run well, obviously, but. Do you think they put more effort into this little bit of story and these characters than they did kind of the base game at all? I know we touched on it a little bit.
I was hoping that
Gabe, on a scale of 1 to 10, not even close.
You're telling me it's like 400 out of 10. Is that what it is?
No.
It's like an 11 out of 10, man.
I was
Oh,
hoping that
shit.
they would take this smaller
Sure.
area and they would say, all right, we're gonna make sure this smaller area is like
Yes.
optimized because it's only like but no, it's just a piece they took from the main game
Yeah.
and it has all the issues.
And that's it's kind of obvious. If you have, if you know, the less you work with, the more you can perfect it. Of course, you know, you have huge games. You know, like I don't know, back then Skyrim. You have Elden Ring now. That you know, they take time. Takes years to develop these things. Obviously,
Dark Souls.
Yeah, Dark Souls. But for DLC, you know, it's not, you know, it's not the main game, so you're not gonna have as much. I don't feel like usually, but you're working on a smaller area compared to the rest of the map, so you'd think that they would really polish all of this as best as they could, you know, with kind of how broken the game is. But I mean, how big is the region that they introduced in part 1 compared to the rest of the world? Is it just like basically like a new subsection, just like the rest of the world? Like, you know, compared to it size-wise, how much is it?
Like a third?
You could probably do an entire lap of the whole map within, realistically, maybe 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay.
Not even.
Gotcha.
Maybe.
On Koraidon/Miraidon?
Yeah, it's not gigantic.
Yeah. Koraidon, like just full dashing on the border. I think
Koraidon.
probably like 5-ish minutes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well,
It's sizable and it's something to appreciate, but it's not like huge. It's not like Cyberpunk got Phantom Liberty and people are like this is a whole
Yes.
other game. It's not like
For
Also, that's a
the
PS, so-
size, it shouldn't have the lag issues that it should have.
right.
Like
No.
it physically shouldn't, but it does. Like I personally hate going up to the Crystal Lake because it's just like lag lake to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any going near any water in Scarlet and Violet just turns it into like this entire
It's like fighting
Frame
fighting
drop.
the machine for as long as you're there. Water, trees, yeah.
This is where IGN should be saying too much water. This, you know what I mean? Because
Yes.
the water doesn't even look good in the game. So why is the water causing all these issues?
Exactly.
Is it just because you see a further horizon in Pokemon's? I don't know. I mean, but
the horizon is frozen. It's
Yeah, we
Exactly,
don't
yeah.
even know when the
It's on the
horizon's
horizon,
gone
so-
or if it's still there. So
Yeah, it's
more like
not-
Horizon Zero Gone for the yeah, you guys.
What did I say about
is this your podcast? You want to fight?
Someday.
Where do you live?
Texas.
Ohio. I'm gonna take a
Planet
flight and fight you.
the only reason somebody would go to Ohio.
Listen, Columbus is cool. We like Columbus. It's a nice spot. Yeah, there's rural Ohio. I don't want to go there. It's boring and gross. But
I love going to Oklahoma. It's how I get to Texas.
dude. I know you do, bro.
Let's
we do
go.
it all. It's like our. But looking ahead, obviously part 2, we're hoping it delivers. Laura, obviously, it's part 1. Hopefully, it pays off. It builds up to part 2. Part 2 is going to have like the Savari zone kind of thing, right? With like the different, environments with the different, temperatures and weather.
The
Correct.
terrarium.
Terrarium. Yes.
I think that's the official name,
Right.
Or
Correct.
like what it like technically
That
is.
and they're gonna have their own Elite Four system. It looks like as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I heard about that.
I do want to go back to what Sai was saying real quick.
Oh yeah.
Saya, because Saya was saying that you wanted like terrestrialized forms. The rumor is that Terrapagos, its terrestrialized form is what we see with all the Terra types, and it's actually just like this tiny little baby turtle. But when you terrestrialize, it becomes this big thing where the shell is like the entire, like all the types.
I do wonder if like
I've seen
that
that
special
rumor.
19th symbol thing that they teased, where it shows like multiple different colors
from
and
that
stuff,
trailer at
from the
Worlds?
trailer at World.
Yeah.
I wonder if like if Pokemon get that, maybe they'll get like a special form as well, which I think would be kind of cool.
Hopefully.
Yeah, because I could see that giving them to like because they introduced like the starters and did that as a teaser for the part 2 of the DLC. So maybe some of the starters might get a special form when they go and terrestrialize. I think that'd be kind of cool. It's not Charizard.
No starters need more forms.
All the start.
well,
Okay.
well, I
Listen.
think
Charizard needs
The
more
ones
forms.
that need them are
Swampert.
the 3
Swampert.
Unova,
Unova?
Gen 4. Yeah.
Unova.
Yeah. Unova.
Unova.
What's an Unova?
Unova.
Unova.
Ubisoft, Ubisoft.
Unova.
Yeah, but those that don't have like an alternate form, like I guess Gen 6 also didn't have very much alternate forms. They didn't get any megas in the game that was introduced as megas, which I'll never understand. But
Gen 4 got nothing.
Gen 4 had nothing, which was I was really upset with BDSP. We didn't get megas. for
Samurai.
those.
Well, so here's the thing.
Samurai got a Hisui
Yeah,
form,
Samurai got a Hisuian form.
Yeah.
but like, who wants that?
I mean,
thought it looked cool.
I thought it was. I thought it was okay.
Samurai.
Yeah, Zumi Samurai was good.
Fixed a lot of things that were
I chose
with
the
the original
Decidueye.
Samurai.
I mean, I did too, but I still liked Hisuian
Yeah.
Samurai, even though he saw Greninja's dual typing and was like, I want to be that.
You know whose form I hated? It was what's it called? Weevil.
Goodra?
Oh, Sneasler?
Sneasler.
Oh, I hated it. Oh,
It was meanie to
so
me.
gross.
I thought when I
Grossest thing
didn't
ever.
So
I
lanky.
encountered it first as a photo on Twitter, and I thought that someone just like did a Photoshop meme of dragging the Sneasel clone
Right.
and dragged it up. I was like, oh, well, that's what it
stretching it
is. So when it showed up, I was like, oh, this isn't a joke. Oh, this is real.
that was real.
Shit.
Oh,
I'm so disappointed now.
Dude, Hisuian Goodra was ass. I don't care what y'all say.
didn't like it,
Hisuian
but it's
Goodra was so
shiny.
disappointing.
Awful. I hated shiny.
It's
Homeboy
cheeks.
looked miserable.
Yeah.
Basil.
Just a big. booty.
We'll do the question again where we ask everybody, of course. But I mean, looking ahead, what do you want from part 2? You know, I know it's a very broad question, but I don't think we'll get performance boosts with part 2. But
No.
I mean, hey, do you think it's feasible for them? I mean, and then of course everything else, different Pokemon forms, but the story, the resolution, and everything. What are you looking ahead towards for part 2?
I just want to see how the story ends. I know that we're going to be waiting a couple months probably before we finally get to see part 2, but at this point, let's just see how it ends. Let's see how it goes. Let's see what they're going to do with the game. Another thing I did notice too, and I'm sorry that I just jumped into this now, but
good.
with the whole like special terraforms, if you go to your Pokedex, some of the Pokemon have a Pokeball if you look at their Dex entries, but then some have like the terrestrialization icon. So I don't know if that has to do with that, but maybe. Maybe certain Pokemon are going to get special forms, but we'll see.
Right.
Like, I'd like to think that they're gonna make something out of terrestrializing in part 2, since I don't know if anyone's completed the Pokedex here, but when you complete the Pokedex, you get basically a charm that goes and increases the amount of Terra shards you get for every Terra raid. So that means you can change your Terras more often. So I think that might be a hint to what part 2 is going to add there for terrestrialization. So I think that'd be fitting if they went and did stuff for special forms for some Pokemon. I think it'd be a nice little addition there, because as far as I can tell, the only 2 additional Paradox Pokemon we're gonna get added there is the Raikou and the Cobalion, the steel one, and then of course I can't imagine we don't get one for Terrakion and Entei. I'd be shocked if we didn't. But yeah,
we're definitely getting them. But on the returning Pokemon, they did show Walking Wake and Iron Leaves, which I just speaking of them, I got a rant. Why did we get Walking Wake and Iron Leaves as this random raid den event rather than having it be like a focal plot point in Teal Mask? Of like seeing these seeing these Pokemon just being like, what is this? And then just being like, there's more to this. And then screen goes to black and it's like, to be continued. But like, we didn't get that. It was like, oh, here's a random 6-star raid event you can enjoy with your friends. Catch this. There you go. That's it.
Sounds like a huge
by the way, it's shiny locked.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
By the way, it's shiny locked.
Hilarious.
Laura, what about you? What are you like looking forward to for part 2, and what do you hope to see? I know story, of course, is probably one of the.
Story, of course. I want to know if the baby's coming back, Joltik, but that's my own personal preference. I'll give a silly one because I know it'll make everybody laugh. I want Grimsley in the DLC. Give me Grimsley. I love Grimsley, but silliness aside,
what does that evolve into?
What does a Grimsley evolve into, or
No.
or what?
Am I thinking of something else?
You're thinking of Grimmsnarl. Grimsley's a person.
Already in the game.
That's how I was like,
Grimsley's a
that must be what she nicknamed it.
From Unova.
Oh, it's a character. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, who's going to tell him?
What does Grimsley evolve into? Like, what do
The darkest attribute.
I didn't know either.
I was like, dude, am I?
But no,
I was like, I thought I caught a shiny Impidimp the other day.
That was just me being silly, but for
Okay.
real though, there was one thing that my viewers have talked to me about, because going back to the charm that gives us more Terra shards after you complete that Pokedex, some of my viewers are like, well, what if we get another charm for the Indigo Disc that lets us get more Herba Mystica drops out of raids? I'm like, you know what? I actually would like that. I don't know if they would implement that, but I think it would be a smart thing, and it would get more people to want to complete the Pokedex.
Right.
But
I feel like they would do that one, or they do like the Mark Charm.
Maybe.
Dude, I want
That
the
would be a
Mark
good
Charm.
one too.
That's what we
But
need.
yeah, those I'm curious to see how the plot goes. I'm curious about the character development, and give me Joltik. I don't care if it was in Sword and
Joltik-
I don't
Joltik
care
is
if it was
cute.
in Swish. I want Joltik.
Right. Say, how about you? What are you looking forward to for part 2?
So for me, what I actually want isn't necessarily to do with the game, but I feel like if they can do this right with the part 2 and kind of what they want to implement, and because to me the thing that puts it on a 3-year cycle are the cards and competitive. If they can do something to extend that another year and get like a 4-year cycle for the next game, that would be what I would like. Like, I don't care, like, cause wait, the game came out last year. This year we got DLC, so next year should be some type of game, right? Cool. A year after that, whatever that game is, let's just say it's a Legends type game, implement that into competitive or something, and like stretch it out to give us a 4th year. Because I don't think they want to do 5, but give us a 4th year and more development time. That's literally what I want. I want this game to be able to hold us over another year. Like, I know part 2 isn't meant to be another game, because also I didn't take a year to beat base Scarlett. Well, actually I did, because I stopped playing. I got pissed.
Fair.
But it's not going to take me a year to complete the DLC. Yeah, cool, fine. There's like 12 other games I can play. That's totally fine. Give us another year. Make Indigo Disc either, because I think with Sword and Shield, Crown Tundra, even though I like Isle of Armor more, I think with Crown Tundra, having that event at the end where you can like go through the paths and get whatever like old school legendaries and stuff, I thought that was so cool. And even now I'm like, I kind of want to go back and play some of that or whatever. So if they can find a way to make the Indigo Disc and then whatever game after that last into competitive and last into the cards, and like stretch out, like squeeze another year out of this game and then move to a 4-year cycle, that I would drop down to my knees and praise the Lord, because like they need more time.
Yeah.
They need to move to another engine or something. But I also think they need more
You
time.
say let them cook,
Let
Laura?
them cook.
Yes, I agree.
They can make a good game.
I've seen rumors that Nintendo actually has basically forced Game Freak to start hiring software engineers for Unreal Engine.
Good.
So it's hinted that for Generation 10, we're gonna have an Unreal Engine Pokemon game. So that should be a better step forward, since Unreal Engine is used in like Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, stuff like that. So it's looking yeah.
Is it really? I thought it was a in-house engine for.
I think they used,
I didn't know it was
as far as
Unreal.
I've been
That's
told, but I could be wrong. So that's just I'm saying like word from mouth, so to speak. So
Yeah. Okay. I thought Nintendo used their own custom engines because if they're using Unreal, they have to like put that thing in.
I think Nintendo themselves do, but I think Game Freak uses like
things,
the stuff that they've been using for almost centuries in this.
Yeah, I know Game Freak uses whatever engine.
Sucks dick, dude.
Like
Windows 7.
Yeah,
Vista.
Windows 2003 Vista.
Linux. I just really want to just type code for an hour so that I can launch my game. That's the meme, right? You have to type a lot of code, I think. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. I'm an IT, so I can get
yeah. I know more hardware stuff because I'm IT as well, but I'm more hardware.
I am also IT.
OSs. That's we got yeah. Any other IT friends in here? All right.
Mine's over there.
Okay, Sonic, how about you? What do we need for part 2? What are you looking forward to?
Bro, what I need for part 2 is Swellow to be in the game, but we ain't getting that, so I'm already disappointed. But other than that,
why Swellow?
Swellow's my favorite bird.
Swellow is cute.
Why? It only has a 2-stage evolution. Swellow with a new form would be cool.
Give us a yo, Game Freak. I know you
Swallow
already had your
evolves
list
into
leaked.
an ice bird.
Nah, just give Taylor like a convergent evolution.
Yeah.
Just give us that. Taylor
I'm
Swallow
excited
convergence. Game Freak
to get back Beldum and Metagross, which they're some of my
love
favorite.
Metagross.
They're some of my favorite Pokemon of all time, and I get to shiny hunt them, so I'm super excited for those.
Yeah.
I keep comparing it to Sword and Shield, but that's mainly because that's the only DLC Pokemon stuff we've gotten. Because like the Isle of Armor, while it was like not the end, it was like somebody had said it earlier. It was like its own separate story. Like you went to the Isle of Armor, you did that story, and then you went to the Crown Tundra, did that old story. In the Crown Tundra, because of the birds, it was you had to find Zapdos running around the wild area, Moltres flying around in the Isle of Armor, and then Articuno was just teleporting around to the Crown Tundra. So you had to go to back to these places. I want them to do that in the Crown Tundra, and I just like I have high hopes for the story because I feel like the Teal mask was just like this is the placeholder to kind of hold people over for the next few months until the Indigo comes out. But I do have high hopes for Indigo Disc because all the returning Pokemon, the like cliffhangers that part 1 left us with and that we'll be able to discover in part 2, the fact that it's been rumored that the level cap for part 2 is going to be level 90, so I feel like I'm actually going to be challenged in some battles and stuff, which I'm looking forward to. I want to be able to meet new characters. I want to be able to I don't want to say relate to the characters, but I want to actually feel like I'm getting to know the character and have them be more outside of, hey, this is like my arc. These are the Pokemon I use. That's it. Like, cause just in like the main game, you got so much with like the gym leaders is like, I'm the gym leader, but this is my life outside of that. Yeah. And you got to see them outside of that. And it was like really nice. So it's like, I want more of that. I want a more detailed story. And I just want more frames, but that's not. That's
it to be good.
More frames, please.
Yeah.
You need to play it on a TV and not a monitor because apparently the TV interpolates the frames, adds the frames, and I made posts about how bad the frame rate was, and everybody was like, "Oh, you're just shitting on the game."
I'm not.
No, it's literally bad. It's bad.
I mean, yeah, it sucks,
I
but
on
like
TV and it's just fine. I'm like, okay.
But no, I have high hopes for the Indigo Disc story, so I hope I'm not wrong on that.
I thought it was cool. I mean, just before part 1 even came out, I saw like the map for part 2, and I was like, that's cool that I always love that in video games when they have just these parts of the maps that has, oh, this is the snow area, this is the sandy plateau desert area, this is the forest. It's cool because it's obviously that's not like a realistic, it's more like an artificial kind of environment, and it's so cool seeing this. You go through a door and all of a sudden you're in a frozen area, even though you were just like in this crag volcanic kind of it's cool. I don't know, I'm a big geography kind of guy, so it's cool seeing that kind of stuff. Like
it kind of fades like it fades in. Yeah. Like you're at the bottom of the mountain, like you see the grass and the snow, but then you just approach it and then you're in snow.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, hey, I grew up with Halo, so kind of, Cortana would be like, this is all artificial. Oh my God. One mission, I'm on like a nice sunny beach. Next mission, it's oh, it's a snowfield. Okay. Where'd this come from? It's jarring. It's this lovely contrast. So I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be a treat for Pokemon fans to be able to have that kind of region and big section like that. Yeah, but I mean, hey, I think that wraps it up with the questions we have for the list right here. I mean, are there any other things we maybe missed, or any other kind of like last thoughts, questions, comments, concerns? Yeah,
I had a comment. I also see online, just because we make content, we're in the interwebs.
Yeah.
The expectation that the Switch 2 is the fix for the game is
that's so
insane.
stupid.
That should not. I shouldn't buy a $400 device to fix a $60 game. Like,
no.
That ain't it, Chief.
And it's not even the Switch hardware is nothing impressive. It never really was, but it's obvious. I mean, because you can have Metroid Prime Remastered run very stable 60 FPS. You have Breath of the Wild, maybe dip here and there, but usually nice, and its textures look good for being an huge open world Switch game. It's obviously just the engine itself, and kind of just, unfortunately, the optimization for Scarlet and Violet was never, given too much love.
I mean, we all have the free time. I mean, we're always on the internet. Just go on YouTube, learn how to overclock your Switch, and then just play Scarlet and Violet, and the game will run phenomenally. Like that. That's what we need to do.
Understand? We critique the game because we love it and we want to see it flourish.
Yes,
come on, man.
We complain because we care.
Yeah. And
not like a.
I get comments like that all the time. Yeah. It's like, just stop buying the game. It's like, you don't understand. I actually like
the
franchise.
Yeah.
And
I'm still having.
I don't want to not buy it. I just want it to be better.
And you're frustrated. You see it in the state.
Right. I mean, dude, remember Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire? I mean, yeah, it looked a little rough sometimes because it was their first like 3D kind of, and it was on 3DS. It was, well, whatever. But it was like, it felt magical. Because that was like the first like 3D Pokemon, right? We kind of had, Unova was kind of 3D, or was it X and Y or?
X and Y.
X and Y was the first
Pokemon
on the 3DS. Speed Boost Torchic event.
God, yeah.
But it would be, it's awesome, Sorry, go ahead, Saya.
I would say I'm probably the only one with kids, and I mentioned this in my video, but like my son is like interested in Pokemon now, and I'm just like, crap, I have to start you on Scarlet and Violet because he turns 4 this year, next month, and I'm gonna get him a Switch Lite. So I'm like, let's start with Let's Go, Let's Go Pikachu, or Let's Go Eevee, because I can't start him on Scarlet and Violet.
Dad, these games
that's gonna be the bar for him. And I'm like, that
Start him out easy and then
that can't be the bar for him. No.
Yeah.
Right.
Dad, why is this game such hogwash? I don't get it.
Honestly, he's gonna be like,
Dad, this game's just dog water.
Where the hell did you even hear that?
What?
I mean, yeah, it is, but like, where'd you even get the term hogwash? Who have you been watching?
What if eventually we get to like Pokemon vegetable version, fruit version, and it's nothing but
it's called Scarlet and Violet.
I know, it's like literally
it's oranges and grapes.
Literally, we're talking about the final boss of the DLC being a fucking peach.
Peach.
Literally, that's what made me think of this question. And then like, the platinum version or whatever is gonna be like meat version or nut version or something like, I don't know.
Pokemon nuts and
Pokemon
berries.
Nut version's a different.
What do you think?
That's a different game.
The final the Giratina of this game is the cashew. Okay, that's technically a prune. That's not a nut. Okay, well, listen here.
No,
Sorry.
So you fight the avocado Pokemon, but it's like PLA where it's like you fight Giratina and then it like roars and becomes like this alpha origin form. So the avocado is just standing there and then it roars at you and then it opens up. So it's like a Doduo situation where it's like the inside of the avocado with like the hollowed out part, but then it's the avocado with like the shell in there. Then they both roar at you. It grows to like gargantuan size, and then like you hold up the fork and the spoon, and it's like with Zacian and Zamazenta, they form an X, and then they shoot this beam down at the Pokemon, and then they transform into like this new form because now you can fight it because you use the moves, and it's like, yo, I can't do this.
Brother.
But then it's like, then the knife shows up, but it goes from like a butter knife to a steak knife, and it's like, yo, we got this. And then you just like run back and you just like,
this man.
It's the power of friendship, baby. Let's
Why are we letting him
go.
talk about
I'm gonna show him the power of my Zebu, baby. Let's go.
The power of friendship. The power of friendship plot is what ruined Soul Eater. Don't get me started on that.
And then more Ed Sheeran plays.
Celestial.
Now,
Bro,
that's an idea I can get
Bro,
behind.
we got Celestial at the end of the main game. Bro, give me Galway Girl at the end of Indigo Disc.
No, another Charizard form, please. That's it. That's all.
No, Jesus.
Another Charizard form, another Ed Sheeran song. That's all I need.
And another Pikachu.
And don't
piece
bring
of swagger
Bidoof.
or whatever.
Another Pika clone.
Yeah, no, don't
No
bring
Bidoof.
Bidoof.
Basil, Laura, Sonic, and Fuse. I'd say I know you threw your piece in there. Any of you guys? Any other things maybe we missed or?
I can't.
I'm excited to see Art Shalion or whatever his name is.
Oh,
Ooh.
The
I'm
Duraludon
thinking
evolution.
Archeops, never mind.
Yeah, not,
Oh, the stapler?
Yeah, the
Staple
stapler.
remover.
The stapler
Hey,
remover?
that's a trust bridge, okay? So oddly enough, I'm a civil engineer, and I'm actually like super excited about Archaludon just because I work with that. So
Oh. You own a stapler?
That's funny.
Actually,
Yes.
Oh,
you know
awesome.
what?
and a stapler remover.
That's your
Dude, leave me
takeaway?
alone.
Oh, you're an engineer. You have a stapler remover? Cool.
Well,
Okay, fine. Do you
well,
have
no,
a
no, no. That's
three-hole
not my
puncher?
main takeaway.
You know what?
you know what?
Cool.
I actually did think of something. I can't wait to get.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to get screamed at again for calling Raging Bull a giraffe, even though it's a dinosaur. I know it's a dinosaur. Let me call it a giraffe. I want to be.
It's a
funny.
giraffe. No.
It is a giraffe, though.
What is it? What's the name of it?
Raging Bolt.
Raging Bolt.
Raging
I
Bolt.
made a joke
Yeah, it's a
on TikTok with Patrick laughing, going, "It's a giraffe," and everyone was like, "Oh, stupid gamer, it's a dinosaur, not a giraffe." I don't care. It looks like a giraffe.
It's colored like a
mean,
giraffe
but-
too, so
But we still need to tell you that for the 20th time because you clearly don't
Yeah,
I'm
understand.
gonna call it a giraffe now to
it's-
make everybody
plot.
upset, and I don't care anymore.
it's a giraffe.
It's not a giraffe. It's actually based off of the Leopleurodon or whatever the hell it's called.
It's a long neck and it's yellow. It's a giraffe.
Actually,
Based
I
off
haven't
of
heard
the
Leopleurodon
trapezoid.
since Charlie the Unicorn. Do you guys remember
Magical Leopleurodon, Charlie.
Charlie.
I don't know why I made them sound like
I
Carl
don't
from Jimmy
know
Neutron,
why.
but
Jimmy's mom.
Is there?
Dude, I'm watching.
We gotta go
I'm-
to Candy Mountain to find Judy Neutron.
Carl.
That was really good.
Oh my God, Miss Fowl? Or wait.
Miss Fowler.
I can
gotta
only
do
do
that
it if I'm saying Carl, nothing else.
Oh,
gotcha,
Jesus.
gotcha.
Jimmy, we have to explore Area Zero now.
My
Okay, now I got
God.
the fucking what was that? Like the parrot or something. Okay, I think that's gonna do it for. I think we'll end there on the parrot. Jimmy
what an
Neutron.
ending note.
Yeah.
So let's wrap
an
it up.
ending.
Okay, out of 10. Oh, our numbers are arbitrary. Listen, okay, this is our podcast. Let me ask the questions here. Darth Vader. I'm gonna force whatever. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I want all of you simultaneously to tell me out of 10 how good this is. 3, 2, 1, go.
5.
6.
4, 6,
5.
7, 5. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
All right. I heard Basil 5, Laura 7, Saya 4 or
6.
6. 4, and then Fuse said 6, and then Sonic said 5. Is that what it was?
No,
You said
6.
6. Okay, then Fuse, did you say 5?
I said
6,
5, but I'll
fuck.
take 6. Fuck
Wait,
it, I'll round up.
Okay, well, I would give it a 10 out of 10. I think it's perfect.
Round up.
You guys have this.
5 is like literally the middle. What do you
I
mean
gotta
round
round,
up?
I gotta round up, man. I gotta round up.
No, we're running to what?
I think it
Well,
runs
look, it
beautifully.
already
runs
it
at
already
120.
failed. I'm just slightly less failing. Okay. Just like how my high school teachers used to tell me.
And then you run up to 10, Fuse. 5, it goes up to 10. If it's below 5, then good.
Fine, I'm not gonna give you a 50. Here's a 60 instead.
I
was like, yes.
Anyway, where can we find the lovelies? Say, let's start with you. On the internet, you like YouTube, Twitch. I know you're on, but primarily.
Now just
YouTube, but
dosh
that's
yourself
what
right
we
now.
at the
Do
end.
it. We'll cut it out.
Where can we find you? Give me your address.
I live in.
Trust us. Come on.
Once again, I'm the Great Saiyaran. You can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/Saiyaran Gaming. TikTok is Saya.ran, and so is Twitter, but it's an underscore instead of a dot. Yeah, I made a video on this DLC, which was like, did it really fix what was going on? No. I was underwhelmed. That's my final thoughts.
And Sonic, how about you? We're gonna finish with the recurring characters we've had on the podcast.
Well, you can find me over on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, pretty much in general, Sonic Buckley01 on all social media platforms.
Hell yeah. I follow you on Twitch, Sonic. Did you know that? Did you know
I follow
that?
you on Twitch,
we follow
Gabe.
each other, dude. Are we like in love or something? Is that what this is?
I
Sent you a MySpace friend request you haven't accepted yet.
Follow me on Path or find me on Path. I don't remember. That was like
Find me on Path. Find me on the path.
Throwback.
Hey, yo, Gabe, what do you say we chat on AAM Messenger while playing Pop Tropica?
Let's
Yo,
chat
let's
on
go.
WhatsApp.
What's the
What's that?
Kick, baby? No, or the Kick Messenger, because I guess that there's 2 Kicks now.
Oh, God.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, hi.
Yeah, we'll hang out and play on we'll hang out and play on miniclips.com.
Addictinggames.com.
Yo, let's go.
Laura, where can they find you on the interwebs?
You guys can find me on TikTok, Twitch, and Twitter at SweetKicks101, on YouTube, SweetKicks101YT.
Lovely. And then Basil, my love, where can they find you on the internet as well?
Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Basil So Fresh. It's all the same.
Hell yeah.
So.
And then, of course, as always, you can find me and Fuse on... Well, Fuse, do you still do... I know you do YouTube. At least you did. I forget. You plug yourself
I
real
do.
quick. I forget you.
It's okay. So on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Twitter is all at Short Diffuse. I post usually on YouTube. I'm going and aiming for about 5 shorts a week, unless it's a big video. And then it's like 4 shorts, then 1 big video. And then Twitch, I get live on Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. Now is my new schedule. And we got a big video coming out within the next 2 weeks. So I'm excited. It's gonna be all about my chaos walk where I extreme randomized Pokemon Sword, and I also up the shiny rate to random shinies as we're playing the game.
those look fun. I peek myself in there every now and I'm like, okay, dude. I eventually someday need to do some kind of vanilla Nuzlocke or something, but like seeing the things you do, and then like Rob as well, and I'm like, God bless you guys. I would lose my soul. Everything would just be gone. Of course, you can find me on Twitch. I'm Excellion96. Gabe as well, obviously, just for my... But regardless, thank you guys so much for watching today's episode of Boosted View Podcast. This has been a lot of fun. Austin, I love you. We miss you. You can find Austin on the interwebs as well. Favlam, F-V-L-A-M. I'll go ahead and spell that out, because it's a little, hard to understand sometimes.
It's backward. It's Cobra.
Oh, that's right. There you go. Beautiful. Just like
Did you know that Favlam backwards is motor?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you guys for watching the episode.
Say goodbye right now.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good day. Love you. Spot up.